Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Physics with Msir. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel, and if you like the content of the video, please do not forget to press the like button. So free fall. Okay. So what do you mean by free fall? When the body is falling because under the attraction of gravity, correct? For example, think for a moment, an example. Let's me draw a tall building, say for example. Okay. And our body is dropped from the top of the building. Suppose there is a man standing at the top of the building and dropping a ball. Okay. So remember, when in question, they will mention it will mention like this: कि our body is released from rest. Okay, our body is start falling freely. Okay, our body is just dropped. Correct. These are the case of free fall. Clear? Free fall in question, they will mention when our body is dropped. Means when our body is dropped. Okay. Number two, when a body is released. When a body falls, when a body starts falling from rest, when a body starts falling from rest. So these are the questions related with free fall, correct? In free fall, you have to always maintain one thing, that initial velocity is considered to be 0. Okay. Now, if I consider the height of the building is supposed to be h. The height of the building is supposed to be h. So they may ask you a question like this: what is the time after which the body will hit the ground? Find the time after which the body will reach the ground. Okay. Number two, time taken, the velocity with which the body will hit the ground. Okay. So as I said, he always consider the level of throw, whether it is upward or downward, as the reference one, correct? Now look, in this case, U is downward, H is means body is falling downward. So in this case, we have to take care of the sign again, and we have to consider that is negative. So what will I do in order to find out this particular thing? Find the time after which the body will reach the ground. I will use this equation: A is equal to ut plus half at square. Now look, the body is going below the level of throw, so I have to consider A as minus of h. And since the body is dropped, correct? That means initial velocity is considered to be 0. So put 0. half. And I told you many times, the G acceleration in case of motion under gravity is always minus G, correct? So minus G. And this is T square. So if I simplify the result, H equal to half gt square, hence T equal to root over of 2h by g is the time after which the body will hit the ground, correct? Now, next question of this, in the question it is asking, suppose is 1, with what velocity it will strike the ground? For that, what I am doing, I am writing this. V equal to u plus 8. Correct? Now look at this. V, what is the value of u? Correct. What is the value of u? U is considered to be 0 here. Now, plus, look at this carefully. Plus, a is considered to be what? Minus g. And what is t? T is nothing but root over of 2h by g. Correct? Now, look at this, the very important part which I am trying to tell you here. V equal to minus, okay? Take this g inside of it, correct? So if I take this g inside of it, this will come 2h g square by g. That means V equal to minus of 2gh. Now, what is the implication of this negative sign? That means, as I told you, since the body is falling downward, it is striking the ground like this. That means the sign implies it is striking the ground in downward direction, correct? That means negative direction. Is it clear? We can find this by using another thing, v square equal to u square plus 2gh, correct? Whatever it may be. But why I am using this? Just to show you what is the sign of it, correct? I can able to find it out by using v square equal to u square plus 2, but there I will get v equal to plus minus and I have to reject one side, correct? This is the importance of this, correct? So let's solve a problem related to this. For example, take a question like this. There is a 100-meter tall building. Okay. This is a 100-meter tall building, and a person is standing at the top of the building. Okay, this is ground level, and the height of the building is 100 meters. Now, a body is dropped by the person from here, and we have to find out what? Find the time at which body will strike the ground Number 2, the velocity with which it will hit the ground. And number 3, the speed with which it will hit the ground. Correct? So let's solve it. Now, first of all, let me do the first part. Okay? The time at which the body will strike the ground. So what I am doing, I am using this formula A is equal to ut plus half at square. Look, I am not using any direct formula, correct? I can use it. But just to give a clear concept, first you try to do it by yourself without using the formula. So it will give you much more clear concept about the matter. Correct? Then you can apply direct formula, no problem. Correct? I'm just trying to tell you that what is the concept related to this. So first build up your concept and then you can do anything with it. Correct? Since this body is falling because body is dropped, correct, falling freely, use 0. Okay, and what is S? Look at here, it is downward. So it is minus 100. Okay, now let me use that first. Huh? And what is A? A is nothing but minus G. So if I apply this formula here, minus 100 U0 plus half, what is the value of this? Minus G into T square. Now, let me do this calculation first. Minus 100 minus half, G is 10, T square, it is what? 5. So, T square equal to 100 by 5, that is 20. T is equal to root 20, that is 2 root 5 second. Okay? This is the first question. Second question is this: the velocity with which it will hit the ground. So I am applying this V equal to U plus AT. Okay. Here V stands for velocity, U stands for initial velocity, acceleration, etc. Now look here, what I'm doing, V, U0, A is minus G, and T is what? It is 2 root 5. Clear? Now look at this V equal to, therefore, minus G means minus G, that is 10, 20 root 5. But the question is the velocity with which it will hit the ground. So answer would be this. The velocity is V vector is equal to minus 20 root 5 J cap meter per second. Is it clear? But in the last question, asking here, the speed with which it will hit the ground. So answer is speed with which it will hit the ground. Ground is what? 20 root 5 meter per second. Okay. Remember, this thing you have to keep in mind because in advanced or mains or Neet, sometimes they provide options in this way, correct? Though? So they are asking if velocity is minus 20 root 5, correct? Clear? And speed is this. So you know, or velocity is minus 20 root 5, velocity is 20 root 5. So you have to choose the correct option. So be careful about at the time of choosing the correct option, correct? Whether it is asking for velocity or speed. Be careful about that. Now, I'm going to show you another problem. Now, let me show you some mixed problem, correct? Okay. Suppose, think about a balloon. Think about a balloon, okay, which is ascending with a velocity of, say, for example, 10 meter per second. Okay, let's take. This is a balloon ascending with a velocity of, constant velocity of 20 meter per second, 10 meter per second. Okay. When the height of the balloon from the ground is 40 meters, say for example, the height of the balloon from the ground is 40 meters. Okay. $40 meters. A ball is dropped from the balloon. A ball is dropped from the balloon. Correct. Find the time after which the ball will strike the ground. When the question is, when the balloon is at a height of 40 meters above the ground, a ball is dropped from it. Find the time after which it will strike the ground. And also the speed with which it will strike the ground. Okay. Now listen very carefully. In this case, the balloon is rising up with a velocity of constant velocity of 10 meters per second. That means balloon is moving up. And it is given when it is 40 meters above the ground, a ball is dropped. Correct. So you are supposed to be thinking we have to consider the velocity, initial velocity of the ball is supposed to be 0, but not in this case. Think about that problem which I had shown earlier. There the man is standing at the top of a balloon and is neither going up or down, okay, during carrying the ball. But in this case, balloon is rising up. So because of inertia, the ball, at the moment the ball is dropped, it also has the inertia of the balloon, correct? So that means it has a momentary effect of rising upward. So what you have to do here in this kind of sum, you have to consider u is equal to, look, though the ball is falling down, correct, but since the balloon is moving up, okay, we have to consider the momentary effect of inertia. That means the ball, when dropped from the balloon, it has a tendency to move upward. So we have to consider it is 10 meters per second positive, not negative. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, very good. Now, look, this is the level of throw below which it is going. So, here I have to consider h is equal to minus 40 meter. And a is obviously minus g, that is minus 10 meter per second square. So, which formula I have to use here? S equal to ut plus half of 80 square. What is S? That is minus 40 meter, correct? What is U? 10. T, look at this, plus half minus G, T square. What is that? Minus 40, 10T, G is 10, T square, cancelling it. So minus 40, 10T minus 5T square. So if I take this in left hand side, 5T square minus 10T minus 40 is equal to 0. Taking 5 common, T square minus 2T minus 8 is equal to 0. Please check the calculation. I think it is correct. Correct? So T square minus 40 plus 2T minus 8 is equal to 0. take t common, t minus 4, take 2 common, t minus 4 is equal to 0. So t minus 4, t plus 2 is equal to 0, t is equal to 4 seconds, and t is equal to minus 2, which is not possible. So answer is, it will take 4 seconds to reach the ground. Now, what we have found out? The velocity with which, speed with which it will hit the ground. Okay. Now, let me show this to you. The speed with which it will hit the ground. Okay. Now, for the second part, what I'm doing, I can use many formula, correct? So what I'm doing here, I'm using this formula. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. I have to find v here, correct? Now, v square. U is what? U is 10. That is 10 square. 2. What is a minus 10? What is a minus s minus 40? Correct? So v square equal to 100 minus minus plus 10, 400 to 800. So v square equal to 900 and v equal to root 100, 900. That is 30 meter per second. Here don't have to consider any sign because the question here it is asking the speed, not velocity. If it is velocity, so I have to consider the minus sign and include the plus sign. Correct? So this is the answer. So this is the top technique of solving this kind of sum. Okay. So let me do another problem. Okay. Suppose there is a 100-meter tall building. Suppose there is a 100-meter tall building. Okay. Suppose the height of the building given is 100 meters. And two persons are standing at two different points. One person exactly at the top of the building and another person exactly at the bottom of the building. This person throwing a ball upward with a speed of 50 meters per second. Another person is throwing a ball downward with a speed of 50 meters per second. In question, we have to find out. First question, find number 1, the time after which the ball cross each other. Number 2, the height of the point from the ground where the ball cross each other. Okay. So let us assume for a moment that at a height of small h, the ball will cross each other. Okay. So I'm drawing it like this. At a height of small h from the ground, the ball cross each other, correct? Okay. So if I consider this height is h, this is obviously 100 minus h. So name this person as B, name this person as A. Later in the video, I will show you, means in the main lecture of relative motion, I will show you how to do this sum without this kind of calculation by the help of relative motion, correct? Now, this is the question. Look at this. What I'm doing here. Solution is this. So, assuming after time t, the ball will crosses each other, correct? Let t be the time, after which the ball cross each other. Okay, clear? Now, what is the height? You are throwing it. So let me write out here motion of E. Okay. Look at this. So what I have to consider? I have to consider the level of throw as the reference level, and here it is going up. So what I have to consider, U equal to 50 meter per second because it is going up. H is obviously positive because it is going up, correct? H is positive, as well as since A is always minus G, I have to consider this minus 10 meter per second square. So let me write down the equation first. I am using this equation A is equal to ut plus half of A t square. What is the value of A here? A is equal to, look at this, body is going up. So along positive y-axis, so I have to consider as positive H. U is plus 50t plus half. What is JA? Minus 10 into t square. So H is equal to 50t minus 5 t square. This is equation number 1. Okay. Now, let me write down the equation of motion for B. Correct. Let me write down the motion of B. Equation of motion of B. So, about the motion of B. Now, when I am considering the motion of B, I have to consider this as the reference level. And this is going down. So, I have to consider in this case, U equal to nos plus 50, it is minus 50 meter per second. Again, look, the height is below the reference level. So in this case, what do I have to consider? A is equal to minus 100 minus H. A equal to what? Minus of G minus 10 meter per second square. So applying A is equal to ut plus half A t square. 100 minus H. U is equal to what? Minus 50 into T. Plus A is minus 10 T square. Okay. Now, take negative sign common from all sides. Okay. So 100 minus H. This is 50t, and this is what? Plus, this get cancelled, 5t square. This is equation number 2. Now, let me do one thing. Put the value of H from equation 1 in equation 2. So if I do that, 100, this is 50t minus 5t square. And this is 50t plus 5t square. Okay, if you continue the calculation, okay, so what we are getting here, let me check it out first. Clear. So here it is 100. Watch this carefully. I am replacing the value of H. So 100 minus 50t plus 5t square is equal to 50t plus 5t square. 5t square getting cancelled from both of the sides. 100, it is 50 plus 50, 100t T is coming equal to 1 second. That means 1 second after throw, the ball will meet each other. Correct? Now we have to find out at what height they crosses each other. Correct? So for that, I am taking the help of the equation 1. What is that? H equal to 50t minus 5t square. Correct? Which I wrote earlier. Now let us try to find out that. Put the value for t. 1 second. 50 into t is 1. 5 into 1 square. That is 50 minus 5. That is 45 meter from the ground. They cross each other. Correct? So this is the entire idea about motion under gravity. Obviously, it is in one dimension. Correct? Watch my next video where I will discuss the motion under gravity in 2 dimensions. That is called the projectile motion. Okay. There I'm going to show you. There I will show you excellent type of sums related to projectile motion and how to handle motion in 2D. Goodbye.